Hi Scorpio, welcome to my channel. My name is Jennifer Fawn. I do weekly tarot readings. I channel the messages. I hear, see, feel, and know things. I do not show the cards because I do not use the traditional meaning of the tarot. I also use sexual magic tarot. Some of the images can be graphic. I don't know enough about YouTube. If that's okay with you, please continue watching. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe, leave me feedback in the comments. I love hearing how this message resonates with you. Only take what resonates. The whole reading may not be for you, but your spirit will know when I'm talking to you. With that said, let's see what's going on with you guys. It's Scorpio season. How are the Scorpios doing? 3 more shuffles. Scorpio. All right. Okay, Scorpio. I feel like there's definitely an energy of like attachment, an attachment to something. It could be a female attached to a man. It could be like daddy issues, mommy issues. It could be there's something here that there's an attachment to that okay, I'm getting 2 different energies. I feel like conflicted, excuse me. I feel like there's gonna be some people who are feeling they have this healthy attachment to something. That could be you, Scorpio, feeling like the message I'm about to give is like healthy, and the person that you're dealing with could be feeling that it's a negative attachment, and you may not even notice that or see that because you're just so in your idea of what something is that you can't like see beyond how you feel about a situation, or you can't see clearly how it's affecting the people around you. So I'll just say that's probably the easiest way for me to explain it. Instead of like there's 2 groups, you're either on one or the other side of this. I'm feeling like there's somebody who's feeling like this is good, or they're doing it for good, or it's like they're feeling like like it's just a good energy. But I'm definitely picking up that there's someone who's directly tied to the same situation who's feeling like it's very much a negative situation, or their perception of it is very negative. The energy that it's like there's a desire for something more, or for passion, or to like, I'm getting like connect with someone and sexually, like really like physically take somebody in, like a lot, like a foreplay kind of energy, like you'd want to stay in that kind of energy for a long time, almost like savoring every second of something with someone. Or maybe you're missing someone that you had that kind of energy, or you're having memories of that, or you're thinking about it. This could have been like a situation where there was like 3 people involved, or there's like You know how some people have the perception that like even if you are communicating or having like an emotional relationship with somebody else other than your partner, that's cheating? It could have been a situation like that where like some people wouldn't consider that cheating, and then other people would consider that cheating, because I'm getting there's an emotional connection to more than one person here, and then I'm also getting that there's a connection that could have been between, you know, 3 people too, but it's more of a like head games, mental games, or it could have literally been a situation where like there's the masculine who was stepping outside with 2 and a feminine who was stepping outside with 2. One energy could have actually like taken action and like physically been with other people, and one energy could have just been like playing or toying with the idea, like flirting or talking to someone online, or they got caught. There's kind of an energy here, like there's a little bit of deception here, and I almost want to say there's this energy too of like projecting onto somebody else. Like, for example, if you're a person who is very much like talking to someone online every day and having like emotional connection with someone isn't cheating, but like going outside physically and like spending actual physical time with this person and having like a very in the material world relationship with them, and I'm not even necessarily saying having sex, but it could be sex too, but like meeting up with the person, spending actual time with them, not just like an online thing, you could be very judgmental of the person who actually went and physically met this person or spent time with someone else or stepped out in that way. And maybe it's like they're kind of looking at you like, what's the difference if you're emotionally connecting with someone every day online? It's that kind of energy, like it's like tit for tat. It's almost like you can't see that what you're doing is the same thing, or you found out about what they did, but you're kind of holding that over their head as like a manipulation tactic or like a way, but you're not being truthful and honest about like what you do. Like what you did is still hidden, but you know, if like they saw the messages or something like that, they'd be pissed off too. But like you're not being truthful in that and just saying like, hey, listen, I'm kind of guilty of the same thing, because you're very much seeing it as black and white. They're very different, but maybe they're not, because maybe you do know deep down inside that if this person found out, they'd be pissed off too. But it's something that I feel like is giving you power. It's something that is like, you won't ever come clean or be truthful or honest about it, because somehow it's something you can hold over someone's head to manipulate them or make them feel bad or make them feel stuck or make them feel attached. Like they're, and it's like you're doing it. I'm sorry, I'm getting a lot of, I'm trying to keep up with how everything's coming in. This could be your way of like manipulating someone that like you belong together or you're attached to each other, or because of this happening, you justify, or that's an excuse for you to be like access to their phone, checking their email, you know, to the phone bill, like there's something that happened that I feel like one person got caught and another person didn't, but you very much see it as like, that's not the same thing. I didn't do the same thing. And so it's very different. Like that's just, and there's like no getting you to see it any other way. But because it serves you, this situation is in a way that it serves you to be able to be like all up in their stuff as like an excuse of, well, you did this, so blah, blah, I get to do this or I get to do that because you need to make me feel comfortable. You need to make me feel safe, or I feel like I can't trust you because, you know, and it's almost like it's breeding this toxic energy into a situation or a relationship where someone's scared, or there's this fear of like someone's going to leave, or they have abandonment issues, so they're doing everything they can to try, like this energy feels like they're just trying to protect themselves and keep them safe. And I don't even think they see like how toxic or like unhealthy this kind of behavior is. It's like, it's like, get out of my butt. Like you're like up their butt. And it's just making the situation feel heavier and worse. It's like somebody feels like they need room to breathe. I can't breathe. You're very much like in the energy of like, or somebody's in the energy of like needing a break or wanting to escape or walking away, or they're on the verge of walking away. There's another energy of someone like looking in from the outside about everything that's going on, or they're suspect that there's something going on. Like, for example, if like you and your partner are going through a hard time and like you don't say anything to the family, but the family, when they're around you, can sense that something's wrong, like their radar's pinged up, like something's not right here, and they may even ask you like, what's going on? Because they sense something. You're not speaking up the truth, but they can feel it, so they're like paying extra attention to like what's going on around them, how things are going. There's definitely an energy of like, it feels very annoying, childlike type behavior. That's what I'm saying, like mommy daddy issues kind of energy. You could be dealing with a baby mama or baby daddy. You could be trying to move on and be happy with like a new person, and there's always just this energy of like, you know, the ex-person, the baby mom or baby daddy like hanging around, and you know, all you want to do is like, you could literally be like wanting to be in a relationship, or somebody wants to be in a relationship with you, and you may be in a relationship with someone else. There could be, and that's what the obsession could be about, is that somebody is on the actual outside of a relationship and they want it to fall apart, or that person to them is everything and they want to come take them from you, that they think about it, they dream about it. To them, that is their person. So they have all this negative energy coming in your direction towards your marriage or your relationship. They're watching it, they're, you know, because they want it to fall apart. And that could be like the energy I'm feeling on the outside, is there's somebody who wants to come in or come towards somebody who's already in a relationship with somebody else. But I feel like there's an awareness of the energy, whether it's talked about, I can't breathe. Whether it's talked about between like the couple, like if it's a married couple or a couple together, it's definitely like, it's a conversation that's being had. Like nobody's in the dark here. Like if it's, for example, an ex from the past or an affair somebody had, like it's very much like, if this person is doing something, it's a conversation that they're having with each other. Like, so-and-so called me 25 times today. So-and-so did this today. It's not, you're not keeping it from your partner. Or there could be the two energies of where someone's trying to keep it hidden because they don't want any more drama and they just want it to be over, which is causing them internal conflict. Or there's where it's open communication, it's talked about, nothing's in the dark between the two people, but it's still causing a lot of like WTF moments, like what are we gonna do? Like, I don't know what else to do, this needs to stop. But I almost feel like the person who is causing the internal conflict for somebody, the person on the outside who wants to be on the inside, they get off on it, like they enjoy it. Kind of similar to the person who would like hold something over someone's head. Like they like the control. They like knowing that they affect somebody in some way, or that it's almost like they feel like they have the power. Because like if I can be all the way over here and I can do something to disrupt the energy when they're together or in their household or this or that, like it makes them laugh. Like they think it's funny, like it's a joke to them because they don't take it seriously. It's very dysfunctional, but you could be dealing with this person on the outside, or this could be within your own relationship. This could be, I want to say it's very much something that's not in the dark. Like it's, it may be such like a present energy that there would really be no way to keep this hidden. Like it's almost like this person wants everybody to know. and they would do anything that they had to do to make sure that everyone knew. So I feel like that it's not, there's no secret. It feels like something that's already been out in the open. But somebody very much wants to like run. That's what I'm getting. Like run. Either it's somebody you're with or somebody run from the person who's trying to come in. And I want to say that this is all very much fear energy. This is a situation where somebody's creating, I feel like I'm going to throw up right now. And somebody could very much be like getting physically sick over this. And now I'm getting the image of like somebody may have like an eating disorder, or is losing a lot of weight, or is binging and like purging, or just what is it called when you not anorexic, is it? Oh, bulimia, some sort of eating disorder, because I just felt like something made me feel sick to my stomach, and maybe I threw up one time, but then I felt good after I threw up, so I just continued on it. I feel like this is affecting somebody in actually like their physical appearance of their body, because there's a lot of fear and insecurity about themselves. They don't have a very good view of who they are. They have a lot of torment and darkness inside. So they, you know, it's hard to wear a mask all the time when you have all this internal conflict. So they could be trying to cope in other ways. And I'm very much getting in a way that has to do with like the way they appear to people, or like how they physically look. Just trying to feel like they need to be better, they need to look better, they need to do better. Like, there's very much like, I don't know where I'm getting this, like eating. There's an issue with eating. Maybe there's an issue with eating and you're being asked about it, or somebody's asking about it and you're not telling the truth about it, so they're really keeping an extra eye on you. Listening when you're in the bathroom, offering you stuff to eat, and just documenting like, hey, so-and-so, I haven't witnessed them eat in 3 days. And I feel like this is happening because whoever that person is, for example, if it is an eating disorder, they feel so out of control all the time that they're just finding something else to control, because whatever the situation is that's going on feels very much out of their control. And they haven't come to the point in their life where they realize that nobody's ever in control. Like, we're all just doing the best we can every day with the life that we've been given. We're all here to learn lessons. We're all here to grow. We're all here to just, one moment at a time. But they're very much in the idea still that they can control or be controlling, because there feels like this, like very much like I'm a victim, feel bad for me, or I have control because you did this to me, so now I'm allowed to do this. It's a very fear-based energy where they're doing everything that they can to try to feel into some sense of control within their life, within their relationship, within their reality, within their body, to the point of like eating. And now I'm getting, I don't know why this has all of a sudden come around like eating. So I want to say this could have to do with anything that you put in your body. This could have to do with smoking, this vaping. This could have to do with medication. This could have to do with drugs. This could have to do with alcohol. This could have to do with anything that you could overindulge in that could harm your body. It could be self-harm. It could be all these kinds of things. Like, how could you be in control of what you put into your body or you don't put into your body? I don't know where, I lost where I was going with that. Yeah, I don't know why I'm getting like the food imagery a lot, like food, somebody could just not be feeling good enough. Or maybe in the beginning of a relationship or something, there was a lot of like passion and there was a lot of like excitement and you got like a lot of sex and a lot of like connection and desire and all of that stuff. And now it's kind of like fizzled out and you're realizing that maybe a connection isn't as strong or as deep as you thought it was. Maybe you're trying to like put on the mask that like your relationship is great, everything's fine and good. It's really not, it's falling apart. You're trying to hold up this picture of what it is, but in all of this chaos of you trying to understand what's going on, you have fixated on it has to do with something wrong with you or like the way you look or what can you do to look better or to get attention or to be seen again, or you're not feeling seen. So it's like you're doing something drastic to see if anyone notices or if they care about you, or yeah, like this is some heavy stuff, Scorpio. Like what is going on? But I'm letting you know right now, whatever this situation is, if it's not already come to light, because I have the feeling that whatever this is already being talked about or communicated about or questioned, or there's an awareness to it, it is going to come to the light. It's going to be something that like you can't ignore anymore. There's going to be something that happens where it's like now you have to deal with it. There's no more like, yes, I feel like something is going to come in and it's kind of like this is the moment, this is now, and this is happening, whether it's the ending of whatever this is or if it's like somebody just saying to you like, I know you're lying about this shit, what's really going on here. There's a lot of fear going on here. This could be like internally, like you are just such a fear, like you're just always in fear all the time, that you're just creating all this anxiety and this worry and all this deep feeling and stuff within yourself. And it's like because it's like you're doing it to yourself, you know, almost like the controlling the food and you know, binging and then purging or whatever's going on. You'll know what it is for you. It doesn't have to be food, but that's just what I'm seeing it. And I mean, I would love the feedback if this is like, because to me this feels very like specific, like a very specific message for one person. But usually when I think that, I end up, you know, hearing that it was, you know what I'm saying. Anyway, I'm getting off track. You could be doing that, distracting people by changing the subject, or just trying to make things appear one way when really they're not. This is something that you could have done your whole life, pretending things are fine when they're not. But this feels very much like a situation that you have created for yourself. You do to yourself. It's like maybe your reality is a little bit warped, a little bit off. It feels like you're always anxious, always in fear. So you're like, your mind is always like, well, what if this? What if that? Like if somebody didn't text you back right away, you would be like, what are they doing? Why aren't they texting me back? Or if someone's supposed to be home from work at 5 o'clock and they walk in at 5:15, you're like, where were they going? What were they doing? Are they talking to someone else? Were they someone here? It's like, that's the kind of mentality that I'm feeling here. Where like, it may not ever even actually be happening, but it's like all this shit is going on in your head all the time, nonstop, over and over and over and over and over and over and over, like obsessive, like compulsive thinking that you're just like on autopilot of all these crazy, awful doom and gloom thoughts that are making, you could literally be making yourself sick. Like you could be purposely making yourself sick, or you could be like making yourself sick because you're just always on autopilot with the negative thinking, the negative self-talk, the fear, the anxiety. Like, but it's like something is off with the way that you think or the way that you perceive or see things. It feels like it's not in alignment. Something's off. Scorpio, I don't know what's going on here. Now I feel like I'm angry. You may be angry because people are starting to confront you or seeing through your bullshit. So you're like angry, or maybe this is a tactic that you use all the time, or you get confronted with something and you just shoot right into anger because you don't like being seen for what's really going on, or you get upset that people can see through your bullshit and you just try to shut them down with anger or being scary so that, you know, it's over, like deflecting the attention. Or putting on like a show of a fit, or like, you know, like acting out in anger. And it has to do something with your heart. and it has to do something with your past. Maybe it has something to do with like you have mommy and daddy issues or your childhood or something, but there's something here in the heart that is attached to the way that you're reacting out in fear all the time. Now I feel dizzy and lightheaded. You could just be overwhelmed, like you can't breathe, like anxiety. Because now I just feel like I need to stop. I need to get out of this. That's how I feel. I feel like I need to get out of this energy because now I'm like not feeling well. Scorpio, if this resonates, please give this a thumbs up, share, subscribe, and make sure, you know, you give me feedback here. I'm curious, what the heck is going on with you, Scorpio? I hope next week that when I connect with you guys, that you're in a much better place. This feels a little like I'm a little worried about you guys. This could just be really super intense for you because it is Scorpio season and you are a Scorpio, so this is going to hit you a little bit harder than everybody else. And if you have a lot of Scorpio in your chart, I am talking really fast because I just want to be done with this. So, Scorpio, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next week. Thanks.